What really happened to Jungkook that left Taehyung in uncontrollable tears? Could this be the moment that changes everything for BTS? Stay with us, comment, like, and subscribe if you believe Jungkook deserves peace and healing. The tension was palpable even before the sun rose over Seoul. Rumors had been circulating for hours, whispers of an emergency at HYBE headquarters that no one wanted to confirm. Yet the images, the fleeting glimpses of anxiety-stricken faces, and the sudden silence of social media painted a picture far more terrifying than anyone could have imagined. And then the news broke. Taehyung, known for his usually composed demeanor, had been spotted outside the hospital, tears streaming down his face, unable to stop crying. What could have happened to Jungkook, the golden magne, the heart of BTS, to drive his closest friend to such a state of despair? Fans around the world held their breath. Armies flooded every platform with desperate questions, their messages a mix of fear, hope, and anger. The tension was more than just curiosity. It was a shared heartbeat of millions who had followed BTS through every triumph, every heartbreak, every quiet moment of vulnerability. And now that heartbeat was racing, unsteady, and raw with dread. HYBE, known for their precise control over information and fan communication, was forced to issue a statement. It was abrupt, urgent, and laced with an uncharacteristic tone of alarm. "We are monitoring Jungkook's condition closely," the statement read, "and we ask for understanding and privacy as we work to ensure his safety and health." But even these carefully chosen words could not hide the underlying panic. The phrasing was stark, the urgency unmistakable. Something had gone wrong and everyone, from fans to industry insiders, knew it. Social media exploded. Clips of Taehyung wiping tears from his face, his hands shaking, went viral in minutes. Comment sections overflowed with speculation. What happened? Is he okay? HYBE, please tell us the truth. The world was watching, waiting for a clue, a hint, any detail that could offer reassurance. And yet, every response, every image seemed only to deepen the mystery, heighten the suspense, and pull the global fanbase into a collective panic. Behind the walls of the hospital, the atmosphere was tense, electric with fear and anticipation. Doctors and staff moved with precision, urgency evident in every step. Security ensured that no unnecessary attention would disturb the delicate situation. And through it all, Taehyung remained by Jungkook's side, his emotions unfiltered, his grief visible to anyone fortunate, or unfortunate, enough to witness it. It was a sight that no one expected, a moment that would be etched into the memory of the army forever. The usually composed, charming, and playful Taehyung reduced to raw human emotion. But what had triggered this sudden health crisis? Was it exhaustion, stress, an underlying condition, or something entirely unexpected? Fans scoured interviews, past performances, and even minor social media posts for any clue. Every concert, every late-night studio session, every social media story was dissected in desperate search of a pattern, a warning sign that might explain the events unfolding now. Yet no one could pinpoint the cause. Each new piece of information, each new theory only served to intensify the suspense, the fear, and the heartbreak. The global impact was immediate. News outlets scrambled to cover the story, framing it with words like urgent, emergency, and crisis. Influencers, commentators, and journalists speculated endlessly, analyzing every fragment of information, every nuance in Taehyung's public behavior. Even those who were not part of the K-pop world felt the tension, a testament to the reach and influence of BTS and the depth of connection their fans felt. And then came the moment that would leave fans in tears and disbelief. A video, blurry but unmistakable, captured Taehyung speaking quietly to a staff member, his voice breaking, his eyes red and swollen. His words were fragmented, almost unintelligible, but the raw emotion could not be hidden. Armies watched in silence, collectively holding their breath, feeling every pang of his anguish as if it were their own. In that moment, the global community felt united not by joy, but by worry, by fear, and by an urgent desire for reassurance. This was not just a health scare. This was a turning point, a moment that would forever mark the lives of those closest to Jungkook and ripple through the hearts of millions around the world. Questions loomed larger than answers. Could Jungkook recover fully? How long would it take? What would this mean for BTS as a group, for their upcoming projects, for the delicate balance of their personal lives and public expectations? And perhaps most haunting of all, why now, at the peak of his career, at the height of his fame, had this crisis struck? As night fell over Seoul, the city's lights reflecting a fragile glow on rain-soaked streets, the world waited. Waiting for updates, for statements, for a sign that Jungkook was safe. Waiting for a moment of hope amidst the fear. A glimpse of normalcy in a storm of chaos. And through it all, one image remained seared into memory. Taehyung crying openly, unashamed, human, raw, and vulnerable. A reflection of the profound bond that connects BTS not only as colleagues but as a chosen family bound by love, trust, and shared history. Fans were urged to comment, to like, to subscribe, not simply as engagement, but as a show of collective support, a demonstration of unity and empathy. Every interaction became a heartbeat, a signal that the world was watching, waiting, and hoping with them. The ARMY was more than a fandom in that moment. They were a community of hearts aligned in worry, love, and an unwavering commitment to the safety of the young man they adored. The following hours would bring more information, more updates, and inevitably more questions. But in this moment, the opening hours of a crisis that had shaken the world, the focus remained singular, unbroken. Jungkook's health, Taehyung's visible anguish, and the urgent, unprecedented statement from HYBE. Every eye, every thought, every pulse across the globe was fixed on that fragile thread of hope, waiting for a sign that the storm would pass, that the golden magne would smile again, and that the world could breathe once more. Inside the sleek, glass-paneled offices of HYBE, the mood was far from the polished professionalism the public usually saw. In stark contrast to the calm, rehearsed statements they released for fans, the atmosphere now was electric with tension. Phones rang incessantly, emails piled up, and managers moved briskly through corridors, each step heavy with unspoken worry. Every decision carried immense weight. One misstep in communication could ignite panic on a scale beyond control. And the stakes were clear. Jungkook's health was no longer just a personal matter. It was a crisis of global magnitude. Executives huddled around polished conference tables, the hum of air conditioning mingling with murmured speculation. Doctors had been consulted, emergency protocols reviewed, and yet the exact nature of Jungkook's condition remained vague, frustratingly so. Was this a sudden illness? A complication from overwork? An unexpected health crisis? Even those inside HYBE, with access to the most intimate details, could not fully predict what would unfold next. Every passing minute was a heartbeat of uncertainty, each one echoing in the minds of millions waiting outside those walls. Meanwhile, the world outside reacted in real time. Social media platforms became arenas of panic, hope, and collective anxiety. Fans flooded Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube with desperate messages. Please tell us he's okay. Taehyung is crying, my heart can't take this. HYBE, we need answers now. The internet, often a place of entertainment, gossip, and viral challenges, had transformed into a global vigil. Each post, each retweet, each comment served as a silent plea for reassurance, for truth, for a sign that Jungkook was safe. Amid the chaos, armies coordinated across time zones, forming digital watch circles, updating one another with every minor news snippet, every social media story, every official HYBE statement. In these communities, the fear was shared, but so was hope. Fans dissected every detail. The tone of HYBE's message, the choice of words in Taehyung's social media appearances, even the timestamps on Jungkook's last public posts. Every clue, however small, became a thread in the tapestry of their collective understanding, a desperate attempt to map a crisis that was largely invisible and incomprehensible. Inside the hospital, the scene was no less dramatic. Security personnel maintained a perimeter to prevent unnecessary